Good afternoon, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. A big day for the University of the Bahamas as it's holding its commencement exercises for 2023. The theme this year is building resilience within ourselves. More than 500 students expected to graduate today, but a busy week for the university nonetheless. Earlier this week, they had the baccalaureate along with the teachers commissioning, the nurses pinning, and also there was the award ceremony, all leading up to this big day. Family and friends already gathering in the stands, ready to celebrate with the students. But before we get into all of that, joining us now on the broadcast is, of course, the chair of the Board of Trustees for the University of the Bahamas, Mrs. Allison Maynard Gibson, KC. Good afternoon, Mrs. Gibson, and welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being here to cover this for the Bahamas.
A big day for UB.
Fabulous. And for the students and parents and families, the village, yes.
So a full celebratory mood.
Yes, absolutely.
So talk to us about how UB is demonstrating how it's fulfilling its missions and impacting on national development with events such as this one.
So let's talk about the fact that actually when you look at our parliament, 44% of the sitting members are graduates of UB. Okay. And look at the people in the past who have graduated from UB. And right now at UB, we are taking it to the next level by pursuing international accreditation. So what that means as a rising tide is that when any stakeholder at UB sits in a room with people from University of Miami, Duke University, Middle Tennessee State University, and others, we're sitting there as absolute equals. And so we're looking forward to all of that. That puts the Bahamas on the map in a very different way.
So UB is continuing to evolve and continuing to just keep busy.
Taking it to the next level, yes.
And obviously, for the grads, they have triumphed. They have persevered. I know about rigorous programs. A lot goes into it. So talk about now how the skill sets that they now possess will translate into, I guess, jobs and development in the country as well.
That's a great question. I don't want to just talk about the technical competence because our faculty is fabulous and they have imparted technical competence and intellectual prowess to our students. I really want to focus on the fact that these students in this class have gone through two pandemics, COVID and the economic pandemic. They've gone through illnesses and all that kind of strife, and they have emerged. We have resilience demonstrated in this class, and the ability to pivot from in-person to fully hybrid, virtual, and then to hybrid and mixed. And so I think that the kind of qualities that students need or people need to survive in the 21st century or fast-changing world, our students in this graduating class have demonstrated that.
They definitely will be relevant.
That's the real quality you need today.
Had to be resilient.
Absolutely. And this,
and adjust. And
you can imagine. Exactly.
I know, right? So obviously, each commencement class expands in terms of the numbers and the students. How important is that in terms of what they're now able to do and impact our nation? Like you talked about the fact that they, through their lecturers, have expanded their intellectual prowess, their academic skills, their technical skills. How do they now filter that out for those of them who are going to be going into the job world or even moving on to further education?
Well, they're speaking about resilience and power within. Some people calling it survive and thrive. As our students go out into the world, whether they're going to pursue tertiary education, whether they're going into the workplace, they are bringing, as well as the indomitable Bahamian spirit, as I said, the intellectual prowess that they have and that has been developed. They're bringing extraordinary technical competence as well, and the ability to pivot and understand how to pivot, how to adjust, how to survive and thrive. I just want to keep on hammering that home. In today's world, rapidly changing world, what the world is going to look like in 5 years with AI and all of that, we have no clue. But these students have demonstrated that they can cope with those kinds of changes. And I think that's the most important quality we need today.
And obviously this commencement class is historic as we see the country moving to celebrate its 50th. And I think next year UB will be celebrating its 50th as well. So celebrations all around. How does that make you feel like you've you said 44% of, I think, the parliament graduated from UB, COB, now UB. What do we have to look forward to?
Well, we see. Let's look back. I was there on Fort Charlotte when the flag went up. I was there when Government High and other institutes became College of the Bahamas, and we see that golden thread of excellence and nation building. And so, what's happening here is we are in our 50th anniversary of independence and 50th anniversary of the university next year. All during this whole period, looking forward to what are we going to look like for 100 years down the road, and are we able to cope, and are we able to be the light on the hill? And I want to assure you that the world will have to continue to mark the manner of our bearing. Our UB students are phenomenal. Our parents have supported their students. The village has supported the students beautifully. And here we are, another national institution, Radio Bahamas, ZNS, covers the Bahamas.
Nobody covers the Bahamas better than ZNS.
At all. Taking this important occasion out to the country. So I can't thank you enough on behalf of our students and our parents, our faculty. We really appreciate you, and thank you for coming.
Well, thank you so much. But we see that the stands are filling up, and you touched on the fact of the community, the village, because obviously the students are the ones in the classroom, but the parents and the friends and other supporters are the ones that help them get through the process, whether it's writing papers, whether it's finishing group projects. It's a stressful time, but the parents and the supporters are the support system are the ones that help the students get through that as well. How important is that? I mean, to get to that point, you can imagine the excitement that they are feeling, so many of them out there already.
The stands are filling up. I see parents with big smiles coming up the driveway. Parents want to make sure they get in. I tell students all the time, remember now, your certificate is for your parents.
Pretty much.
It is parents who have come that journey with you, made incredible sacrifices, whether it's financial sacrifices, whether when you were stressed out and you wanted that special meal that mommy cooked or granny cooked or whatever. Just every little thing that demonstrates love and support is very important. And here we are today, with the whole village celebrating and supporting our students. It's fabulous.
And what would you say you enjoy most about this particular day? Because we know that it's a culmination. One chapter closing, another one opening. We don't know where it's gonna end, because that's just life sometimes. But what does that do for you to be a part of the development process overall, developing the next generation of leaders?
I just think it's so important. I would use two words: community and love. We love our children, and not just our blood children, our children. So we're demonstrating that we're all part of the family, the neighborhood, the community, and we want the success of our young people. This is the best little country in the world. We have the most Rhodes Scholars per capita in the world, and our young people, who are you going to see walk out here today? They are going out there to conquer the world and let the world know the Bahamas is here, holding our head high. Mark the manner of our bearing.
And it's a strong manner indeed.
Amen.
Indeed. So it's
Absolutely.
excellence all around. Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up in terms of, what do you want to see as we move forward? You talked about the fact that you're working on the accreditation. We have awesome students, but any other particular area of emphasis or focus as UB continues its growth and development?
I'm not sure which camera I'm supposed to be looking at, but I'm looking at potential employers out there. And I'm telling you, when UB graduates come knocking on your door, please open it wide and give our graduates a job and support them 1,000%. We would really appreciate it. And they would too. Thank you.
Well, you can't get a better plug than that. You hear that? Give the children, the young people, the leaders an opportunity. That's all we want.
Absolutely.
Well, there you have it. That is, of course, the chairman of the Board of Trustees for the University of the Bahamas, Mrs. Allison Maynard Gibson. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, and have an awesome
Continue doing a great job, Jimmy. I'm really proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words.
Thanks.
Good afternoon. And obviously, as we mentioned earlier, the stands are continuing to fill up. You have a shot there on your screen with balloons. I know persons love balloons and they love flowers and they love that celebration feeling. But of course, we have a new guest joining us now, Dr. Maria Oriaki. She is the VP of, remind us of your position again.
Vice President of Academic Affairs at the University.
There we go. Apologies, that just totally slipped my mind. A big position, a big role to fill. How many graduates are going to be participating in today's commencement exercises?
Well, you know what, Nita, Ms. Swan, first of all, I'd like to say that, this is such an exciting experience, Today we're going to have some 583 students walking across that stage today.
That's a big number.
Oh, huge number. And they come from so many different disciplines. The majority of our students coming today would be from the area of business. That would represent students in the field of human resources, management, finance, economics, and of course accounting. And then you have students coming in from nursing, another huge school. Graduation is just not today, but it's a series of events. One of the events that would have happened was the nurses pinning, which is an exciting event that goes back to the 1800s when Florence Nightingale would have first pinned the group of nursing. So we have nursing graduates, and then the third exciting area of students, it's actually a tie of two schools, the School of Education and the School of Social Sciences.
Wow. So you've seen a continuous growth. You mentioned that the business students take up the bulk of that. Do you find that most of those students become entrepreneurs or they head into the business world of work for other companies?
That is such an exciting thing. We have an entrepreneurship program in the School of Business, and we've seen that many of our students have gone into entrepreneurial field, and they're not just from the School of Business. You see people from culinary. All of our culinarians are chefs. I'm so excited when I go in some of the restaurants sometimes, and it is a former graduate of the University of the Bahamas owning that restaurant or preparing that meal. So yes, there is a lot of students. And then of course there's a lot of students going into work areas. Just putting a plug in because you mentioned business. I always like to talk about the accounting program at the University of the Bahamas. We have almost a 100% success rate on that certified public accounting examination, which speaks to the rigor of the faculty and the quality of education that persons get here from the University of the Bahamas.
And that leads me into my next question, which I was going to talk about the success of your students. You mentioned that's the CPA students and the programs. Obviously, what are some of the other successes that you've seen with your students due to the successes experienced by their learning from their lecturers here at UB?
Most certainly. I would have said also that the entrepreneurial experiences are accounting graduates. Another exciting field is our architecture graduates. It's amazing to me how many of them are involved with the community and how many of them are recruited directly from the university as soon as they graduate. That's another thing that happens with our graduates in the School of Nursing. All of our people want and they come to us seeking how many graduates do you have? How can we attract them right now? Same thing when you talk about our hospitality graduates, our tourism graduates. There's so many exciting things happening with our graduates, and people recognize the work, the knowledge exchange, and the skills and the expertise, and the research that our faculty engage in to develop such wonderful students that we can all be proud of as a nation.
So obviously talk to us a little bit about as well the graduate programs that you offer here at UB. How many of those, do we have any graduate students that are going to be leaving today? Talk to us a little bit about
There is no graduate students going to walk across the stage today, but there are so many graduate programs developed at the university. Everything seems to have a silver lining, and the pandemic was one of those things that brought about a silver lining because it allowed us more time to focus and develop our graduate programs. Before the pandemic, we had some 4 graduate programs that was in the MBA, Masters of Business Administration area. Now, today, we've got 6 MBA programs. We have expanded to get graduate programs. We're working on graduate programs in nursing with 5 different strands, a graduate program in law, in a Master's of Law with 4 different concentration. We're looking at the graduate programs in counseling. Those are supposed to begin perhaps this next academic year, focusing on school counseling and mental health counseling. There's so many exciting things and so much work being done. And how could I forget? One of the graduate programs that we have is the doctoral program, a doctorate by research, which enables us to have small groups of students working on specific research areas that they wish to develop. So there is exciting things happening at the university.
And obviously we see that you already are robed and ready for the march-in. What does that do for you? I mean, you spend the year interacting with students on different levels, interacting obviously with faculty in other departments. But to get to this point, this celebration, this completion of the milestone, because I know it took a lot for these students to get here today, but to be so immersed in the process, how does that make you feel?
You know, people are always surprised, but this is such an emotional time for me. It is so exciting. It brings the culmination of 4, 5, 6 years of hard work and dedication and commitment to these students. It means to me that we have helped the national development of my beloved country. I'm so excited to see them. And I'm going to tell you, Joe, I'm going to try not to cry because I know the stories of, so many students. I know their stories. They have been emailing me and saying,
if you have pockets in your robe, it sounds like you better pat them with some napkins so you're good to go.
I'm going to have lots of tissue, so that I don't become overly. It's such an emotional experience to know that persons have achieved their goal. For some persons, this is the first generation of people who would have graduated from their families. And it means that their economic impact, their human development capital, everything is improving. If you want to help a man, I say we educate a man.
Yes.
Make his life better. And today, the University of the Bahamas, we're so excited that 583 young people, 20% male and some 400 females, will walk across that stage achieving a lifetime goal.
That is a major, major accomplishment. And obviously we see the stands are filling up, proud parents. So I imagine a lot of them, if you are the one crying, they'll be crying along with you, but crying celebratory and happy tears, I think, as obviously they played a role. We talked earlier to the chair about the village that helped to get this. Obviously they play a critical role in the process as well.
You're so right. I think the chair was so right. It takes an entire village. It's the family. It is the faculty. It is the staff. It is everyone in that community supporting. And today we see those stands filled with people out there supporting the balloons, the cowbells, the drums. There is nothing like a University of the Bahamas Bahamian graduation. What an exciting day.
You just need a full rush out.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, Dr. Ariaki. I know you have a busy, busy time. You have to get ready to start on time. So we're going to say thank you again for joining us and congratulations to the students and the faculty for getting them to this particular point of celebration and a new chapter.
Thank you so much, Ms. Swain, for having me on this show.
Awesome.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Okay.
So obviously, as we've told you, the students are continuing, or rather the parents and supporters, whether they're in T-shirts, whether they have their balloons, they're sitting quietly waiting on the start of the university's commencement exercises that are set to take place at 4:30 here at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. A nice cool day. We had some threat or concern about rain earlier, but it looks like right now we just have the humidity to worry about. But a beautiful day, like we say, Dr. Oriaki was just saying a few minutes ago. The parents are ready. They're out. You can see the balloons. Congrats to the grads. I mean, people are out here in their shirts with their students' faces on it. And obviously, this broadcast wouldn't be complete if we didn't have a grad of our own to talk to. So joining us now on the broadcast is, of course, a very special student, Keithra Toot. She is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Spanish with distinction. So welcome to the broadcast, Ms.
Thank you.
Toot.
Thank you for having me.
So what was the love or the draw to Spanish? You're leaving with distinction.
Well, from primary school, I loved modern language or foreign languages, and I actually started with French. But coming into UB, I found out that they didn't have the bachelor's degree in French, and so I transitioned from French to Spanish. However, I did complete my BGCSE in Spanish and French with a B letter grade, and so I ever had that language instilled in me from then.
Wow, so definitely that love there. So where do you see yourself going at this point? You're pretty much at the top of your class in this graduating year for 2023. How are you feeling right now? I see you have your beautiful sash on. You're ready. I mean, major accomplishments this time around. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So just yesterday, I actually won 3 awards for my school, which is the School of Communications and Creative Arts. I was the overall student for that school. I was the highest GPA receiver as well, and I received the award for the Bachelor's of Spanish degree from that school, and so it's certainly feels like a huge achievement, and I'm certainly proud of what I've been able to achieve and accomplish.
So how much work went into that? Because graduating with distinction is not an easy feat. For some people, they just want to graduate, they just want a degree in hand, that's it. But like you say, top of your class, congratulations on those awards. But what did it take for you to get to that point?
It took a lot of strength, a lot of praying, a lot of sacrifice, because, you have your personal situations as well as your academic situations, and so you have to learn how to balance those. And, being on the distinctions list, that's certainly a huge accomplishment. You have to make over 3.51 in order to receive that. And I've made the president's list every semester, and so that was huge for me. Completing both assignments in English as well as Spanish, that's a huge task.
So talk to us a little bit about the lecturers. Obviously, they played a crucial role to get to this point. How rigorous was the training and preparation? Like you said, I mean, English is one thing, but to complete exams or projects in another language, I imagine that took a lot of grit for you to get through it. But how were the lecturers in this process and helping you to get through?
The lecturers, I thought they were very supportive. They were patient, and so I appreciate them for doing that. They are thorough as well. I would definitely say that, especially for the Spanish department. They're thorough on the grammar, and so if you don't get that grammar correct, you'll have that red marks all over the paper.
And I imagine pronunciations as well. Huh?
Yes. But I truly am appreciative of my lecturers, both the Spanish department as well as every other department. They were truly a supportive faculty.
So what's the next step for you? Obviously celebrations, but I mean future planning. What's the next step?
Future planning, my next step academically would be to pursue my master's and hopefully in the future my PhD, because I hope to one day come back to the university and become a Spanish lecturer, especially being a Bahamian, because we have a lot of the lecturers in the language department. They are from a Spanish-speaking country, and so I would like to, show our Bahamian community and our Bahamian economy and our children that we can, as Bahamians, do that as well at that level.
You said earlier on that you've always had this love for languages. Where did it come from? I mean, because this seems really entrenched in you. You talked about, doing French and Spanish and your BGCSEs. Now you're here about to walk across the stage with your degree with distinction in Spanish, and looking forward, you want to continue that to the point of a doctorate degree, eventually coming back here to UB. I mean, full circle when that does happen. But why? Where did that seed come from to garner such an interest?
I am so happy that you asked me that question because I get to mention this person that I love so much, and that's my mom.
Okay.
So during one birthday, she actually got me a birthday present, which was a French kit. And so it had CDs and books and all of that sorts of things in that language. And so I listened to those things every day. And I was like, this is so cool. Like, this is a different language that I could learn, I could speak, and nobody knows what I'm saying in the house. So I'm like, I want to do this. So I'm very thankful for my mom for thinking out of the box. Because,
she was that catalyst.
Yeah, because, we're always used to toys or educational gifts, yes, but not specifically language educational gifts. And so I'm very happy that she did that because she planted that seed inside of me, and I'm grateful for that.
And to see how, I can imagine to see how far it's growing.
Yep.
You're just beaming. So you have a whole village with you today. They have the cowbells. You ready for this Junkanoo Rush or
Yes. And if you happen to see them in the crowd, they actually have on a shirt that says Dicho y Hecho, and that means said and done in Spanish. You can't miss them. And that's my family.
Awesome. Like you say, we are about to get ready for the commencement exercises to begin. So we want to say congratulations again to Miss Keitra Tooth and the graduating class of 2023 for UB. But we're going to get into the commencement exercise. Thank you for being on the show. And we are about to, we're gonna let you go because I know that you need to get in the lineup for your walk-on. So do well in all of your successes in the years to come, and congratulations today again, especially. Awesome. So we're going to say goodbye to Miss Tooth. And right now they are basically getting ready to do their lineup for the commencement exercises to begin.
Commencement exercise of University of the Bahamas, New Providence. Candidates for spring 2023 graduation led by student marshals. faculty of the University of the Bahamas. Academic Senate. Administrative Council of the University of the Bahamas. Board of Trustees of the University Mr. Lars Mins, Spring Commencement Speaker, Mrs. Allison Maynard Gibson, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Ian Strachan, Executive Vice President, Dr. Maria Oriaki, Vice President, Academic Affairs, Mr. Arturo Hutchison, Mace Bearer, Dr. Eric Rowland, President of the University of the Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join in the singing of the national anthem led by Miss Anne Calix. After the singing of the national anthem, please remain standing for the singing of the alma mater, followed by the invocation by Miss Shaprika Clark, student trustee.
Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland. March on to glory, your bright banners waving high. See how the world marks the manner of your bearing. Pledge to excel through love and unity. Pressing onward, march together to a common loftier goal. Steady sunward, though the weather hide the wide and treacherous shore. Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland, till the road you've trod lead unto your God. March on, Bahamaland.
Good evening. This prayer is adapted from one by Therese Finkmeyer-Hoff. Let us bow our heads in reverence. Good and gracious God, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Today is a culmination of years of work, years filled with challenges and triumphs, losses and laughter, friendships and growth. We thank you, Lord, for getting us safely to this day. We thank you for the gift of family, friends, and professors who supported us and celebrate with us now. Dear God, bless every graduate and fill us with the spirit of your love. May we continue to challenge ourselves intellectually and share the fruit of our knowledge. May our commitment to justice lead us to make positive changes in this world. May we build community wherever we go. And may we, through our ongoing growth in wisdom and grace, bring others to you as they share their talents in the wider world. I especially ask, as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of our country's independence, that you make us resilient, Lord, so that 50 years from now, we are still here, glorifying your name and contributing to the positive development of the Bahamas. We ask you to protect and guide us throughout our lives. We ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Honorable Philip Davis, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Honorable Zane Lightbourne, Minister of State for Education and Vocational Training. Senator Honorable Michael Halkitis, Minister of Economic Affairs, Leader of Government Business in the Senate. Mr. Reginald Saunders, Permanent Secretary. Mrs. Lorraine Simonette Armbruster, Permanent Secretary. Other members of the Government of the Bahamas. Mrs. Dominique McCartney-Russell, Director of Education. Other members of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Mrs. Alison Maynard Gibson, Chair, Board of Trustees. Mr. Gadville McDonald, Vice Chair, Board of Trustees. Other members of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Ian Strawn, Executive Vice President and Campus President, University of Bahamas North. Dr. Maria Oriaki, Vice President, Academic Affairs. Other members of our Administrative Council. Dr. Walteria Tucker-Roll, Chair of the Academic Senate. Other members of the Academic Senate. Mr. Daniel Thompson, President of the Union of Tertiary Educators of the Bahamas. Mr. Lars Mintz, our commencement speaker and proud alumnus. My lovely wife, Mrs. Rachel Rowland. Distinguished guests, parents, family, friends, faculty, staff, and graduates. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. It's really an honor to welcome you to the Spring 2023 commencement ceremony of the University of the Bahamas. Before we begin our celebration in earnest, I would like for us to pause for a moment and remember the students, members of faculty and staff that we lost this academic year. Yvonne McHale-Roll, student. Mr. Hugh Sands, CMG, former chair of the College of the Bahamas Council. Dr. Paul DeLuca, assistant professor. Attorney Calvin Cunningham, KC, adjunct professor. And Canon Warren Roll, adjunct professor. May they rest in peace. Today we celebrate the 583 students who are graduating from the University of the Bahamas. And it is fitting, after time away due to the pandemic, that we have returned to the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. In this space, we have room for the thousands of mothers and fathers and siblings, grandparents, cousins, friends, and extended family to gather, to witness and celebrate this most esteemed of academic rites of passage. Elizabeth Edwards, an American attorney and healthcare activist, said that resilience is accepting your new reality, even if it's less good than the one you knew before. You can fight it, you can do nothing but scream about what you've lost, or you can accept that and try to put together something that's good. This class, the class of 2023, this is what you did during the course of your degrees. You persevered and studied through a global pandemic, not to mention the everyday trials of being a student. Today you stand here as a testament to your resilience, your drive, and your strong character. The theme that you chose, building resilience within ourselves, tells this to the country and to the world. Your graduation also comes at a very important time in Bahamian history, as the nation celebrates the 50th anniversary of Bahamian independence. Moments like these encourage us to celebrate doubly, but they also force us to be reflective. As the country examines its triumphs and marks new paths for growth and development, how will you examine your triumphs and your life? What successes will you celebrate, and what new paths will you begin today as you look to your own futures? To the parents and family members who supported you, to the faculty and the staff who instructed you, I say thank you. The unwavering support you provided and the investment of love that you made in our graduates will never be forgotten. I know, like me, that you are all proud of the stellar achievements of the class of 2023. Thank you. When I became the president of this prestigious institution, the mission and the vision of the university became my driving force. I decided to use that to guide my leadership while keeping an open mind to the unique traditions and culture that I would experience along the way. But in meeting with many of you who are sitting here today, our graduates, I truly found the true north, my true north, here at UB. You, the students, the graduates, are very much the soul of this institution. And you drive us all, the administrators, the faculty, and the staff, to do the transformative work that we do. So thank you. Graduates, as you close this chapter in your life and venture into furthering your studies or transitioning into the workforce, I want you to challenge yourself to give back in some way to your country. Among you are nation builders who will build skyscrapers on the foundations of our forefathers. Even the sky is not your limit. Think beyond. Before I close, I'd like to make a final request. Please stay involved with your alma mater. Invest your time and talents in the Alumni Association. Promote and encourage others to make UB the first choice for higher education. We, your Mingos family, we all want you to remain connected to us. Share your successes with us. And know that UB will always be your home away from home. Congratulations again, class of 23, and may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'd like to stand on the protocol that has already been observed, save that I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Prime Minister and the ministers that are here, and thank them for taking time to come and celebrate this wonderful occasion with us. I want to also acknowledge and thank our visionary forebears on whose shoulders we stand and who are rejoicing with us today and asking God to hold back this rain, and I'm sure that they're going to do that for us. Class of 2023, today is about you and your village. Look behind you, look at that village behind you, and look at the village on ZNS TV as well. We're very proud of you. We are very proud of you. And the powerful energy in this stadium conveys the message that we celebrate each and every one of you. This is one of the happiest days in your lives. And in the 50th anniversary of our nation's independence, it's a happy day for the Bahamas also. In pressing through unpredictable and unprecedented adversities, an horrific hurricane and a pandemic, you survived and thrived. You represent the indomitable Bahamian spirit. And as well as having an indomitable spirit, you are dreamers, risk takers, disruptive thinkers, leaders, creative geniuses and problem solvers and innovators, and will be graduates. Today, you are fulfilling your dream and those of our forefathers who knew the transformative power of education. When you get your degree, see it as a tool to take you into the next 50 years towards climate change solutions. Coding, not cursive writing, artificial intelligence, and other frontiers that are yet unknown. Today, you are going to become a member of an elite group, the UB alumni. The alumni who have the acumen, drive, and audacity, yes, the audacity, to ensure that the Bahamas will develop on a path that is sustainable while providing an opportunity for all Bahamians to have a high quality of life and well-being. I want to take a moment, as well as thanking your parents and your families, to thank our faculty, staff, administrators, and member of the Board of Trustees who are here also for working so hard and creating an enabling environment for you to arrive at this important day in your lives. We encourage you to stay engaged with UB. Please embrace your role in taking UB to the next level. Once a Mingo, always a Mingo. And as you step into your future, remember that nothing is impossible. Look at the word impossible. It says, I'm possible. Remember, you are possible. Class of 2023, congratulations. And may God's richest blessings be with you today and always.
Good afternoon. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome our commencement speaker, Mr. Lars Mins, who is a proud and involved graduate of this fine institution. Lars Mins is currently the Chief HR Officer for Mercedes-Benz North America, with responsibility for the U.S. and Canada. He currently leads the organization in designing, implementing, and executing HR strategies that directly align with the company's strategic objectives for the sales, marketing, and distribution of passenger cars, vans, and parts in the United States and Canada. Under his leadership, the organization is undergoing one of the largest transformations in the automotive industry in its pursuit to be the most desired electric luxury brand in North America. Lars is a member of the Atlanta Federal Reserve Bank's Human Capital Advisory Council, the Society HR Management's Executive Council, Leadership Atlanta, and he's also a member of the Board of Trustees of Mount Vernon Presbyterian School. Lars earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia. A native of Nassau, Bahamas, he and his wife, Moya, reside in Sandy Springs, Georgia, with their 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Lars Mins to the podium.
What can I say? Ambition has you going left when you should be going right. And by the way, I've never seen a half-filled stadium rock so hard, but only in the Bahamas. To Dr. Eric Rowland, the Board of Trustees, the faculty, staff, members of the university community, honored guests, families, friends, and the esteemed 2023 graduates of the University of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Good afternoon. There's a saying that you don't mess up a good story with facts. So I know that the university doesn't have a Commonwealth in it, but I decided to take the liberty. Graduates, it is my great honor to stand before you today on this momentous occasion of your graduation. As we gather here to celebrate your achievements, I am deeply humbled to have been asked by Dr. Rowland to serve as your commencement speaker. Never did I see this in any of my wildest dreams, but God is so gracious. But graduates, I must admit that I didn't come to celebrate your great achievements only. I came to challenge you. There's a saying that you cannot fly without gravity. You need that stiff resistance every now and then in the face of progress to bring out the very best in you. We are in an era of unprecedented times where if we stand still and do not see a challenge as a precursor to change, we will undoubtedly go backwards. Our nation and our world are in a need of a reignition. People that are fully prepared to be great for what great represents, the service to many. To exhibit great values and character because the two have hung in the balance for far too long. 2 important things that we've traded for a good time and a quick dollar. Ultimately, the reason why I came to challenge you is that it's in keeping with your theme, building resilience within ourselves. Now, I'm not an expert in physical science, but as I learned, resilience is a lot like elasticity. In other words, when an object is stretched, it soon returns to its original form. However, what physical science didn't say was that for human beings and Bahamians, it's just the opposite. Anyone that is stretched will never return to his or her original form. Quite an incredible phenomenon for you and I. In the little time that I have with you, I'd like to share 3 insights that have proven to be so incredibly valuable for me, and it is my hope that you realize the power of these in your life, and you will find equal value in their principles. Principle number 1, never forget where you come from. If you don't mind indulging me, between now and the end of this ceremony, I want you to look around and capture a mental image of all of the people that sit high above in these stands. Those are the individuals that have poured into you and made significant sacrifices in the name of your success. Some of them against the greatest of odds. Those individuals have created the where and the whom you have come from. Each of these individuals deserve to realize a return on their investment in you. See to it that you continue to make them proud by being who you are and by incrementally increasing your impact on this nation, the world, your profession, and your fellow human beings. You know, I absolutely love coming home. What's interesting about this trip is that for this brief time that I'm before you, my physical location represents the essence of who I am. If you were to draw a line roughly 5 square miles in any direction from here, these are the places that made me. From St. Augustine's College to the east, Blue Hill Road and Yellow Ella Gardens just south of here, Stapleton Gardens, which is my physical and spiritual home, and Oaksfield to the west, Market Street, East Street, Madera Street, and Roscommon in the center of the island, to a little baseball diamond on these very grounds. I could never forget these places and the many heroic figures that shaped me. You too have your own story. Where you've come from has helped to build your own brand of resilience. Suffice it to say, I am sure you've been stretched beyond your physical form. Principle number 2, success is something that you attract by the person you become. Once I understood this, it absolutely changed the course of my life. Success is something that you attract by the person you become. So profound, it's worth saying a second time. Success is not something that you have or something you gain. It's something that is attracted by who you become. You and your achievements are nothing more than the sum total of who you've become. It is why it's conceivable that this recovering C student, brilliantly recovering C student, I might add, yours truly, stands before you today. Not because of anything that's, quote, special about me, but rather I took great care in becoming more than having. As the great Jim Rohn once said, I worked harder on myself than I did on my job. Be sure to take those values that have been so generously provided to you, the wisdom of the heroes in your life that have poured over you, and make them the bedrock of your life. Principle number 3, you are who you hang around. And I want you to take this one in carefully. People are constantly influencing you. When I was younger, I had no idea the sheer impact of this concept. And frankly, it is perhaps the strongest gravitational pull that we never really see or feel. You have to be very circumspect and diligent to ensure that those influences surrounding you on a daily basis are ones of virtue and that they reflect the outcomes that you envisage for yourself. Dan Pena has a great saying, show me your friends and I will show you your future. When we were growing up, we were all told, mind the company you keep. The luxury we had growing up, however, was that the people who loved us often minded that company for us. Once you start your adult or career journey, you will no longer have that safety net. Now, I said 3 principles, but I have to give you a 4th. Consider this my graduation gift to you. This has been the game changer for me. And if you remember nothing else, as you check your phone and take photos and do everything else, remember this. My mentor, Harvey Coleman, developed a concept called pie, P-I-E. And I want you to imagine for a second a pie that has 3 slices. Slice 1 is performance. which is the P. Slice 2 is image or I, and slice 3 is exposure or E, P-I and E. The pi represents a total of 100%. If you took each of the 3 letters and gave them a percentage, it would look like this. 10% is performance. You are expected to perform at a high level. That's what they will pay you for. You will receive no bonus percentages. 30% is image, your reputation, your character. They speak so loudly, even when you talk, they cannot hear what you say. Now, if you're doing the math, the 2 of those combined are equal to 40%, which means that exposure, the E, is 60%. What you learn, who you have access to, what you experience are much more significant than performance and image combined. Don't miss anything. Don't miss the experience. Don't shut yourself off from enriching your life. It could be the last number you need in the combination lock of your life. Graduates, as I close, I want to wish you my very best. And I can think of no better way than to give you a foretelling of what the road ahead will be. I reference Mr. Sonny Vaccaro. He's a former sports marketing executive that is best known for signing a young Michael Jordan as the Nike brand ambassador and ultimately the Air Jordan brand. Vaccaro and the other execs at Nike desperately wanted to sign Michael Jordan. But he was being heavily courted by Adidas and Converse, 2 much larger basketball shoe brands of that era. It is said that Jordan was not interested in Nike and did not want to make the trip to Oregon. His mother told him, "Mike, just go and listen." The executive team was in the middle of the pitch when Vaccaro noticed that the young man seemed uninterested. So he stopped the meeting and made this profound plea to Jordan, a plea that while it's not 100% relevant to you, the constructs are worth noting for your journey ahead. You willed your way to the NBA, Michael. You're going to win championships. People are going to build you up because when you're great and new, we love you. We'll build you into something that doesn't even exist. But once they've built you as high as they possibly can, they're going to tear you back down. It's the most predictable pattern. We build you into something that doesn't exist. And that means you have to try to be that thing all day, every day. That's how it works. And we do it again and again and again. And I'm going to tell you the truth. You're going to be attacked, betrayed, exposed, and humiliated, and you'll survive. A lot of people can climb that mountain. It's the way down that breaks them. Because that's the moment when you are truly alone, and what will you do then? Can you summon the will to fight on through all the pain and rise again? Who are you? That will be the defining question of your life. I think you already know the answer, and that's why we're all here. A shoe is just a shoe until somebody steps into it. Then it has meaning. Graduates, today is just a celebration unless you lean into your life and lead with impact. This nation's next 50 years will be just another 50 unless this class, the University of the Bahamas' class of 2023, leads us into our next era. Based on the many Bahamians that have built this incredible nation, I have no doubt that you will be equal to the challenge. In the words of Dr. Benjamin Mays, remember, in all that you do it better than any man or woman that is dead, any man or woman that is alive, and any man or woman that is yet to come can do it better than you. God bless you all, and God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
I now invite Mrs. Jasmine Roma-Rowe, Chair of the Alumni Association and Alumni Trustee, to the podium.
Members of the Spring 2023 graduating class, it is with great pleasure that I induct each of you into the University of the Bahamas Alumni Association. On behalf of the more than 14,000 graduates of this great institution, and on behalf of the Alumni Association's Executive Board, I wish you the very best. Graduating class of 2023, please stand. by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to induct you into the membership of the University of the Bahamas Alumni Association with all rights and privileges thereof. You now join those who have gone before you and called University of the Bahamas alma mater. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to now call Miss Alexandria St. Albord, our Student Spring 2023 speaker, and the recipient of the President's Award, to give reflections.
A pleasant good afternoon to everyone, especially to my fellow UB graduates. My name is Alexandria St. Albord, and I am honored to be one of the recipients of the President's Awards for this graduating class of 2023. Congratulations to Cordell Strack, the other President's Award recipient. I began my university journey at UB North in Grand Bahama as a biochemistry student in 2017, confused and not knowing why I truly chose to pursue that major. However, as time progressed, classes such as Math 167 and Chemistry 225 quickly showed me that biochemistry was not the major for me. It took me a while to really identify where my passion lies, and I know that I am not an exception. In the fall semester of 2018, I finally came to the realization that psychology is where I was meant to be. I now stand before you and say that I am eager to help and contribute to the discipline of psychology in the Bahamas, ultimately improving the mental health and well-being of our society today. Although it took me a while to figure it out, I appreciate the journey. As one said, it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. There are many aspects of university life that I enjoyed, but it was not without its challenges. One of these challenges was relocation to Nassau to become a psychology major. It required uprooting my life and moving to an unfamiliar island. Despite living in the same country, we all know that each island has its unique practices and lifestyles, many of which I was not accustomed to coming from Grand Bahama to Nassau. Like many other graduates before me, I now had to adapt to living on a new island, whilst trying to excel in my classes and engage in extracurricular activities. Although it was difficult, I persevered. We persevered. COVID-19 presented many difficulties for us, from unstable internet connections to family members interrupting us at any given time. The pandemic really tested our endurance and how much we were willing to persist in order to obtain our degrees. It was extremely hard for many of us, but we did it. And I look back with gratitude for that season in my life, as it pushed me to grow in my dedication and self-discipline. Nonetheless, the challenges faced pale in comparison to the many joys of university life at UB. Specifically, I am grateful for all of the wonderful people that I have met and the meaningful friendships that I have developed throughout the years. I also enjoyed being president of the Oasis Club, where our goal is to provide a safe space and community for students to grow in their relationship with God and to be a light on campus. There is so much more that I can share about the joys of university life. I am thankful for the opportunity to obtain a university degree and for all of the organizations and people that have poured into my life to enable me to accomplish this goal. These include, but are not limited to, my amazing parents, Omar and Edith St. Albord, the government of the Bahamas, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and of course our wonderful lecturers. Specifically for my psychology majors out there, Dr. Adderley, Dr. Thompson, Dr. Hutchison, Dr. Campbell Haldane, we are forever grateful to you. Most importantly, I'm grateful to God for His grace, love, and direction over my life. To my fellow graduates, as we leave this commencement ceremony and enter the working world with big hopes and dreams, some of us excited, others of us scared and anxious, or maybe even a mixture of both, I encourage you to lean on God to establish your steps in life. As Psalms 138 verse 8 says, The Lord will work out his plans for my life. For your faithful love, O Lord, endures forever. Thank you.
Will all of the candidates for certificates, diplomas, please stand? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for certificates or diplomas. Congratulations. Please be seated. Will all of the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each of you the degree of Associate Arts with all the rights, the duties, the immunities, privileges, and responsibility thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods. Please be seated. All.
Thank you. Please be seated. Will all of the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science please stand and remain standing? I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree of Associate of Science with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods. Those hoods are tricky. Please be seated.
Will all of the candidates for the degree of Applied Science please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainment in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree of Associate of Applied Science with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods. All right. Please be seated.
Will all of the candidates for the Associate of Law and Criminal Justice please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Associate of Law and Criminal Justice Studies.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree of Associate of Law and Criminal Justice Studies with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods.
Please be seated. Will all of the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods.
Thank you. Please be seated. for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, please stand and remain standing. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree Bachelor of Business Administration. You may now don your hoods.
Thank you. Please be seated. Will all of the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Education please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Education.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study as prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree Bachelor of Education with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods.
Thank you. Please be seated. Will all of the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Laws please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Laws.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree Bachelor's of Laws, with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods.
Thank you. Please be seated. Will all of the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please stand and remain standing?
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the university, I confer upon each one of you the degree Bachelor of Science with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now don your hoods. You may now be seated. Will all the graduates of the Spring 2023 graduating class of the University of Bahamas please stand and remain standing. Graduates, the moment you've been waiting for, you may now turn your tassel to the left. Please be seated.
Testing. It is my pleasure to present the graduates from Education
and the social sciences, including students graduating from the University of the Bahamas' Bachelor of Laws degree program.
Monroe. Dariel Maycock. Maya Pratt. Sybil Bennett. Candisha Simmons. Cutel Charlton. Tawisha Charlton. Deja Dean. Shakia Maki. Delarice Strawn. Shanae Barr. Anne-Marie McKinney. Patronique Brennan. Larice Mackenzie. Ricara DeVoe. Vendez Bullard. Rochelle Gator. Charette Ferguson. Leonette Rigby. Anthony Stirrup. Olivia Monroe Brown. Wendia Ferguson. Sentish Cooper. Rian Davies. Justin Thompson. Roshanda Charlton Moss. Angelica Roberts Nemore. Candice Hannah. Atalia Burrows. Rokisha Sands. Kaisha Middleton. Manasseh Ferguson. Katrina Monroe. Johnny Roca. Caitlin Taylor. Cahandra Taylor. Anisha Murphy. Kadisha Scott. Kadisha Curtis. Brianna Jones. Crystal Stirrup. Deshante Newbold. Ariel Tempest Webb. Chantel Calix. Desrenique Gray. Trikel Adderley. Kendra Bevans. Astasia Knowles. Magnesia Bastian. Caltrinique Gardner. Candina Lightborn Bethel. Joseph Sweeting. Selvin Roberts. Tonique Brown. Señorita Jacque Sands. Señorita Kenisha McIntosh. Señora Adonia Dean Colley. Señora Gabrielle Ferguson. Tianja Thompson. Angeniqua Williams. Roshanti Marie DeVoe. Gregory Isaac Williams. Sydney's Rowe.
Kirsten Sims. Brittany Rowe. Rodia Russell. Charles Sawyer. Talia Pratt. Terea Bolag. Alexandria Moss. Nadia Smith. Alexandria St. Albord. Jasmine Bodie. Imani Stewart. Tamia Rahman. Alyssa Moxie.
Jandea Johnson. Kenise Cantor. Shandina Antoine. Natisha Brahma. Mark Gardner. Rakara Capron. Aliyah Pratt. Garanique Hannah. Samara Gay. Samantha Samuel. Angel Daxon. Mona Boya. Aaron Wilson. Bernard Hanna. Sierra Carey. Kathy Thurston. Tamika McPhee. Kaula Reed. Shama Johnson. Ingeria Miller. Sydney Thompson. Rakara Mitchell. Trinisha Edgecombe. Tyler Demerit. Amber Bethel. Patria Gardner. Tianya Knowles. Christina Musgrove. Elizabeth Benaby. Alyssa Clare. Taylor Knowles. Malia Wilchcomb. Alicia Aubrey. Ashton Waldron. Carolyn Byfield Waldron.
Yeah, baby.
Edwin Waldron. Tanjanelle Gibson. Alexandra Neely. Duval Davis. Ethan Bunbury. Jessica Butler. Danielle Farquharson. Victor Cartwright. Daronique Stewart. Lauren Comer. Kaylee Lang. Denisha Mortimer. Vincent Joffa. Tyrone Humes. Lavita Thurston. Joyta Darling. Keitra Toot. Roberta Murray. Chrysia Major. Caitlin Rowe. Sincere Brannon. Markanisha Bastian. Destiny Knowles.
It is my pleasure to present the graduates from the Communication and Creative Arts and English Studies. Congratulations.
Tonique Brown. Kareem Menace. Danielle Dean. Bethany McCarty. Chloe Stewart. Delana Roca. Khalil Hutchison. Kershanda Butler. Trevon Stubbs. Brittany Sands. Joseph Sweeting. Vanessa Munnings.
It is my pleasure to present the graduates from Chemistry, Environmental and Life Sciences, Small Island Sustainability, Mathematics, Physics and Technology, including the Bachelor of Architecture and Nursing and Allied Health Professions.
Jolita Ramsey. Shaquille Poitier. Kelda Forbes. Latonya Delisha Finley. Nadia Douglas Bullard. Melissa Dean. Ashaki Gibson. Oh, Melissa Dean. I didn't call her name. Shaprika Doreen Clark. Demika Moss. Ocelis Moxie. Tedrika Adderley. Tomia Shara. Kennedy Dames. Ariel Leash. Aaliyah Holmes. Tania Roll. Sharika Fox. Alexis Walks. Shaniqua Brown. Kalia Brown. Mara Nee Stubbs. Lauren Dabble. Danisha Datson. Randisha Sands. Dejanae Miller. Macy Dorset. Shaniqua Stubbs. Jasmine Roll. Barrington Burton. Crystal John. Shoshana Russell. Deidra Davis. Jodelle Smith. Chelsea Williams. Brittany Baines. Kenisha Dorset. Ashley Atkinson. Shalisa S. Jones. Jade Adderley.
Go ahead.
Donique Adderley. Brittany Rowe. Sky Russell. Antoinette Edgecombe. Takesha Forbes. Nicolette Goldburn. Robin Knowles. Ashley Knowles. Antonia Miller. Frederica Neely. Simone Nemore. Shantia Marie Miller. Aaliyah Cartwright Rowe. Shanique Miller Minnis. Janae Gifford. Angelique Bethel. Christy Johnson. Keontae Bain. Dawn Ferguson. Aaliyah Gibson. Dwenique Pratt. Rhodia Saunders. Candice Sweeting. Sharon Joseph. Abigail Clark. Ebonique Young. Katia Atlas. Ebonique Young. Alexis Francis. Sharonda Cox. Deanne Woodside. Shakisha Pest. Deanna Woodside. Shakisha Pest. Benicia Miller. Jamie Ward. Chelsea Bullard. Bernicia Colebrook. Tanisha Mackenzie. Blair Smith. Rashay Simmons.
No. Go ahead.
Louise Anna Louis-Jean. Davinia Davis. Jalika Francois. Beverly Adderley. Shante Gibson. Shavonia Devo. Albanica Leedon. Raquel Knowles. Marceline Lazard Leitus. Julia Fortulian. Donna Mackenzie. Adeline Fenellis. Naisha Williams. Anne-Marie McKinney. Holly Smith. Jessica Newbold. Murtha Pettifer Guillaume. Janelle Pickering. Raven Wims. Dale Gator.
Go ahead, now.
Zubrika McIntosh. Megan Johnson. Stanisha Latoya Bain. Vanity Sayers.
Jaden Stubbs. Christoph Ryan. Julio Jimenez. Justin Burrows. Wilkie Elusma. Leonard Dames III. Cordell Strapp. Sawan Mangal. Toriano Curry. Daychaz Moss. Callista Predelis. Kenton Roker. Kevin Rigby. Selena S. Adams. Shante T. Pinder. Helson J. Ambrose. Mattel Madupe McDonald. Anastasia Ambrister. Truranda Cox. John Alexander Thomas.
Makeda Sherdu.
Ashley Mackey. Michelle Outen. Chanel Lockhart. Jade Knowles. Linnell Hall. Rashay Rowe. Voria Johnson. Shania M. Smith. Charlize Gator. James Smith. LaChara Carey. Linda Tilmy. Makisa Wandikma. Brittany Smith. Laniqua Sands. Gabrielle Johnson. Cache Young. Alexis Bodie. Destiny Adderley. Sharia Moss.
Valencia Ingram. Tanisha Ruby McIntosh. Angel Waldron. Sophia Cartwright. Alicia Coakley. Tanisha Simmons. Petora Pratt. Kenya Williams. Cedric Decius. Tatiana Coakley. Aaliyah Gray. Clive Ferguson. Jillian Cooper. Grace Bowe. Devin Chambers. Aaliyah Adderley. Danica Stubbs. Jada Douglas. Jalicia Ouden. Kenneth Stirrup. LaQuant Russell. Officer Denisha Wright.
Manisha Kalmar. Tavia Bullard.
Leandra Mackey.
Dwan Miller. Dominique Sears. Tenaz Sands. Gia Clark. Victoria Jean-Jacques.
It is my great pleasure to present the graduates from the College of Business.
Grace Russell. Shakola Hemmings. Sasha Raming. Shalithia Johnson. Trey Curtis.
Terrell Francis.
Aaron Colley. Jamal Moss. the great one. Honorable. Shalice Bain. Alexio Claire. Noah Laville. Deandro Bowles. Kenisha Kelly. Raymond Sands. Noella Clark. Brian Antonio. Christine Charles Lutus. Arnett MacDonald.
Thurza Ziet Culmer. Peaches Saunders. Adrian Newbold. DeAndre Brown. Michael Knowles. Wilbert Bonamy. Jimmy Stevens. Monet Miller. Audronique Adderley. Jade Arthur. Destiny Bow. Tamisha Jones. Brantisha Stubbs. Adisha Stiles. Robert Ramming. Felicia Evans. Adrielle Roll. Lanisha Cadet. Valentino McKenzie. Naomi Smith. Felicia Simonet. Trey Pinder. Aaliyah Cooper. Teresa St. Just. Justina Ferguson. Ashley T. Bethel. Shanika Moxie. Trinique Spence. Sharice King Ferguson. Anicia Colley. Teren Patton. Ariana King. Robin Johnson. That too. Giovanni Roll.
Renee Stiles. Brianna Dames. Shania Parkinson. Essence Bain. Jamisha Joseph. Cardia Cox. Kristen Bain. Kristen Roming. K.O. Brown. Davinia Monroe. Diavanique Curry. Alicia Dean. Alejandria Johnson. Darik Popel. Christia Fowler. Shalise Mott. Shanae Smith. McQuell Nichols.
Oprah Darvo.
Adrene Fowler. Elshanti King.
Roland Horton, Jr.
Tariq Gomez. Rashonda Gibson. Donika Gibson. Rochelle Bain. Lakeisha Cox. Tonika M. Gardner. This easy one. Whitney Cartwright. Better be nice. Cortez Cooper. Kariko Maki. Judelet Raming. Grace McCarty. Jada Hepburn. Devia Wilson. Raquel Henry. Shanice Jean-Baptiste. Colleen S. Johnson. Brittany McCarty. Brandisha Benaby. Rosaline Joseph. Monica Bocage. Philip Wallace Jr. Ahmad David Young. James Cartwright II. Joshua Bethel. Tayshel Sands accounted for. Jade Marshall. Levan Gardner Jr. Tony Adderley.
It is my pleasure to present the graduates of Hospitality Management, Culinary Arts, and Tourism Studies.
Tamia Wallace. Marlon Barnes. Burton Lockhart. Ashanti Darville. Afaria Forbes Rowe. Didicus Uba. Tara Kelly. Tanisha Duvalier. Charlize Josie. Chef de Chardonnay Ware. Gabrielle Mackey. Shanna Gibson. Vonisha St. Ange. Kevano Farrington. Micah Pratt. Keishan Gardner. Deanne Mortimer. Jamal Monroe. Tanique Brown. Gian Morley. Sorry. Asha Monroe. Chardonnay Moritz. Rolia Joseph. Latia Barr. Talia Smith. Darren Neely. Leandria Larissa Hebert.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the Spring 2023 commencement exercise of the University of the Bahamas, New Providence. I invite you to stand for the academic procession and to remain standing until the end of the academic procession.
you're watching the 2023 spring commencement of the University of the Bahamas. Right now there is the academic procession leaving the podium today. 583 graduates here in the ceremony. But joining me now to talk about the event is Mrs. Malin Ford. She is the co-chair of Ceremonies and Occasions Committee. Malin, I know a lot of planning went into the commencement exercise. Talk to us about that, and how do you think it went today? We know we had a little bit of showers of blessing, but that didn't spoil the show at all.
No, it didn't spoil the show. We take about a year to plan. Roughly, right after this, we go back into it, and it's an exciting year for us. This is the highlight of the academic year. We love it. I think it went very, very well today, particularly given the weather and the blessings that we got.
And I see you even made accommodations for persons that were in wheelchairs or needed extra assistance.
Yes, this year we had about 3 students who were in wheelchairs, but they came to practice and we worked with them. We asked them what they were comfortable doing, if they wanted to go on stage, and of course they did. And I think we helped to get them across that stage well.
And obviously, this is not the only event that you're planning for. You do have the Northern Campus in Grand Bahama as well. Any other festivities that are expected to take place on that campus?
Oh, yes, certainly. Next week, we start with the baccalaureate service, which is the church service to kick off the week. It's followed by the teachers commissioning and an awards ceremony for our students at the Northern Bahamas campus. And then on June 1st, they celebrate their commencement service at the Grand Lucayan.
So as you say, a busy, busy time, not only for your campus here in the capital, but for the one in Grand Bahama as well.
Oh, yes, indeed. And they are the most hyped students in Grand Bahama. So as exciting as this was today, they're going to take it just a notch higher.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, you've been watching our coverage of the 2023 University of the Bahamas Spring Commencement exercises. With that, we draw to a close. 583 students walking away with their diplomas. Now graduates of UB. Again, we are coming to you from the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. And with that, we draw the proceedings to a close. I'm Jiminita Swain. Have a great evening.